everyone. My name is Alia Husna and I will be your chairperson. And
My name is Firdaus and I will be secretary for our discussion today.
My name is Fatin Alia.
My name is Nur Iris Atasha.
My name is Ada Basira.
Okay, so the topic for our trigger for our discussion is Sydney Harbour's deadly diet for sea creatures. So I will give you guys 2 minutes to find the facts and ideas regarding about our trigger. Okay, 2 minutes is up. So let's start our discussion with the first paragraph. Who will start?
I will start with the first paragraph. A fact that I can get from paragraph 1 is the contaminated seaweeds in Sydney Harbour could threaten the small animals that feed on them. And contaminated means that the state of something that contains unwanted substance and is already impure. The second fact that I can get from paragraph 1 is the harbour seaweeds have the world's highest levels of copper and decontamination. Lead is an element found in the earth crust. It's a silver to greyish metal and is soft that belong in group 14 in the periodic table. The next fact that I can get from paragraph 2 is offspring of small crustaceans that feed on brown seaweed are killed when exposed to copper. And
Carry on.
This indicates that early life stages of organisms are more vulnerable than adult organisms. What do you think about paragraph 3, Iris?
Okay, for paragraph 3, the first fact that I get is the UNSW study samples seaweed from 10 bays within the harbour, ranging from 3 km to 11 km from Sydney Heads. Okay, for the harbour is a place on the coast where ships may moor in shelter, especially one protected from rough water by piers, jetties, and other artificial structures. Okay, this is first fact. For the ideas is the UNSW of University of New South Wales Sydney is a world-leading teaching and research powerhouse recognized by employers and organizations around the globe. Okay, for the second fact is concentration of copper, lead, and zinc in a species of brown seaweed found in Woolloomooloo Bay, Bull's Head Bay, and Researchers Bay equal or exceed levels found in the Hong Kong and Brazil's Sepetiba Bay, which are among the world's most heavy metal contaminated waterways. Okay, for this, I want to explain meaning of brown seaweed. Brown seaweed refers to a type of marine algae, also known as brown algae or phytoplankton, that are predominantly multicellular and have a brown or dark green color due to pigments like fucoxanthin. Okay. Second, waterways. Waterways is a narrow area of water, such as a river or canal, that ships or boats can sail along. The ideas that I can generate from the fact is, first, the extremely high levels of metals in this base suggest they are pollution hotspot, possible due to ongoing human activities and historical contamination. Second, the concentration of heavy metals in the coastal waters of Hong Kong have seasonal trend, with the concentration of CU in spring higher than in autumn. But for PB and CR, the concentration in autumn is higher than in spring, mainly due to the uneven distribution of seawater temperature caused by seasonal monsoon in Hong Kong. Do you guys understand what I just said before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, if yes, Alia, you can continue
The discussion.
discussion.
From paragraph 4, I can get two facts from it. First is heavy metals such as copper, lead, and zinc find their way into Sydney Harbour from saltwater runoff, industrial waters, and motorized watercraft. Motorized watercraft is specially fitted with an engine or motor. The ideas are human activities are major ongoing source of pollution. Rainwater washes heavy metals from roads and building into the harbour, while industries release contaminated wastewater. Boats or ships release fuel, oil, paint, residues, and metals into the water. Second fact is these seaweed bioaccumulate metals inside their tissues, and scientists use them to monitor environmental pollutants. The ideas are the ability of seaweed to bioaccumulate heavy metals and act as biofiltration by absorb metals from environment. Concentrating them in tissue makes it a suitable biomarker of heavy metals pollution. Bioaccumulate means the gradual build-up of substances such as heavy metals or toxin in an organism body over time, usually because the substances is absorbed faster than it can be removed. That's all for paragraph 4. We can continue to paragraph 5.
Okay, so thank you Alia for paragraph 4. Let's continue with Firdaus to explain and bring out facts for paragraph 5.
For the paragraph 5, I get 3 facts. The first one is Pbl contains high concentration of copper. High copper in Pbl is linked to fewer grazing amphipods. Grazing amphipods are normally very abundant in marine habitat. For the copper means a metal that living organism need in very small amount, but can harm aquatic life when its concentration become too high. For the grazing amphipod, it's small shrimp like crustaceans that feed by grazing on algae and seaweed surface, playing an important serve as primary consumer in marine food webs. Wait a bit. For the ideas for the facts one is high copper concentration in Pedinacrasa are toxic to MP pot that feeding on seaweed. The second one is the survival or reproduction of grazing MP pot is affected as feeding on copper contaminated seaweed cause population decline. And third, the decline in MP pot numbers indicates the serious impact of heavy metals pollution on marine ecosystem because these organisms are usually very abundant. That's all.
Okay, since your is last part, so yeah, you can continue with paragraph 6 and 7. Now you can start.
Thank you, Iris. So I will bring out the facts for paragraph 6. I've got 2 facts. The first one is the habitats that were sampled within Sydney Harbour contains the highest concentration of metals identified in the brown seaweeds. So the ideas that I generated from that one fact is Sydney Harbour may be heavily contaminated due to the city growth, industrial activity and shipping. The second one is brown seaweeds may have a high capacity to gather metals, acting it as a bioindicator of pollution. The second fact that I've got from paragraph 6 is in 7 of the 10 samples at harbour sites, copper concentrations were measured in one seaweed species that exceeded all previously scientifically reported levels. So the ideas that I've got from that is metals may originate from stormwater runoff, industrial waters and motorized. The second idea is sediment in Sydney Harbour may store metals which are then absorbed by seaweed. The last one is limited water circulation in parts of the harbour could cause metal accumulation rather than dispersion. So now for the last paragraph. The fact is the results of UNSW studies suggested that other animals up the food chain may be indirectly suffering the consequences of pollution. So from that one fact, I can generate a lot of ideas, which is pollutants like metals can be absorbed by organisms low in the food chain, like seaweeds or small marine organisms. The second one is pollutants may be bioaccumulating, meaning they build up in organisms over time. Next, pollution may be biomagnifying, so animals higher in the food chain are exposed to higher concentrations. And the last idea that I can generate from the last paragraph is animals that eat contaminated food may experience health effects even if they do not live near pollution sources. So, you guys all understand that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any question regarding from our discussion?
No? Okay. So I think that's all. We can end this discussion. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.